So where are we with the quarterback? Always a favorite question that head coaches like, who is your starting quarterback?
Well, wanted playing experience. We first thing when we came here in 21, it was the same thing. We had some guys, Des Trotter, Tanner McGee, Eli Gainey, that had some playing experience, but not tremendous amount of playing experience, starting experience. So wanted to bring in Jake Bentley.
He only was the active leader in passing yardage in the nation.
Yeah, who had a lot of starts, and was Des a good player? Yes. Was Tanner a good? All those guys were good players, but they just had to start a lot of games. Just wanted more experience in the room. Same thing after the year when Jake left. Des had started some games because Jake tore his ACL, but Tanner hadn't played much. Eli hadn't played much, so I wanted to bring in another guy. So we brought in Carter Bradley, who had some snaps, and it just makes your room older. Doesn't necessarily make it better, but it makes it older. And so in this situation with Gio leaving, Bishop having started some games at Utah State, having started a couple games for us last year, Jarrett Hollins playing very, very little, but getting a lot of practice reps. I just didn't feel like we had enough game experience. So we were fortunate, very fortunate that Zach was available. He went up there to Minnesota when he had left Georgia Tech to go vie for a starting job. And, I've done this long enough as a coach and as a player. Sometimes what's said or what's intended to be said isn't always what's actually happening. And as a player, then get frustrated when you feel like you might have had more of a shot on paper than when you actually got there. So I told him, I was like, well, our starters left, and we've got 90 to 100 days before our season starts, and the best player is going to start here. You do have a couple guys that have been in the system a little bit longer than you, but you've also learned 2 college systems now, so this shouldn't be hard to learn your third. You come in, learn it, earn the starting job, then you're the starter. We're not going to give this thing out in May and June when we don't play till September, and that's with any position. So Bishop has obviously played the best in our offense, in games, has gotten the most reps as a starter. So from a pecking order standpoint, he's earned that. In bowl game MVP, and the amount of time and effort that he puts into it, he's earned that opportunity to go out there as a starter for fall camp. And, he's going to make it very hard for anybody to compete with him.